I think it is 1 o'clock, so let's get started. Hey, Tosh. So let's get started. We're going to do the chime and then the white light pyramid, and then today's going to be all about divine masculine internal balancing. You came in right when I said the Sphinx. Of course you did, because I was just talking about a potential hidden spaceship under Eiffel Tower too. Interesting. There's so much underneath the ground, literally. It's wild. Like, it's just a matter of time before it's unearthed, literally. Okay, you channeled the pyramid ship under the Eiffel Tower for Marina before she left? Okay, you see? You see? Yes. Interesting. With my wizard beard. Interesting. Okay, let's get started on the white light. So we do this. I demand release from all communication, control and influence of my thoughts, feelings, words, and deeds. Then we do the white light pyramid. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. I want us to imagine a bright ball of white unity consciousness light that comes down from source into the room that you're in, where it settles right on top of your head and slowly seeps in through your crown chakra, starting to fill up and spread down your body, and it finds your heart space where it anchors in and starts to pulse and expand until your entire body is filled with this magnificent white light. And then it continues to expand outward and takes on the form of a white light pyramid that surrounds your body with a peak 20 feet above your head and the 4 points touching the ground. And I want you to imagine a beam of light that comes down from source through the tip of the pyramid, through your chakras, down through the base, where it continues onward to connect to the center of the earth. And now, if you'd like, you can imagine another beam of light that shoots forward from your heart space and connects to my pyramid, so that all of us are synchronized and harmonized together. And with our white light pyramid activated, we only allow truth, love, and wisdom to enter our fields. And then you can ask for a physical sensation from source or your highest self to confirm that the white light has been activated. Okay. Again, I barely feel anything most days. I barely felt anything then. So, what did I miss? Okay. Everyone is locking in. I love that, Tosh. It's lock-in time. The consensus among all the channelers, it's go time. And so, vroom vroom, let's go. Okay, so we've done our white light. Grab your tools. I'm using the rods today. Okay. And today, like I said, I want to call in the entire Council of Nine, plus your higher self. But let's do that. All right. I would like to call in, well, first connecting with my highest self. Was my white light pyramid activated? I would like to connect to my highest self. Okay. Was my white light pyramid activated? Yes. Okay, wonderful. Drink water. That felt kind of slow. Lubricate your cells, your plasma. Water is life. Okay. Now I would like to call in the Council of Nine, the highest expressions of the Council of Nine for my highest and greatest good. When you're here, can you please cross the rods? Yes. Okay. Am I currently connected to the Council of Nine Pantheon? Yes. Okay. And I'd especially like to bring to the front of the group the divine masculine team. Yes. Awesome. All right, divine masculine team. Today, it's your day. Yeah. And so I want the whole day to be on the focus of healing and balancing our divine masculine energy. Sound good? I wore my Bob Marley because we're learning that Bob Marley is connected to the Council of Nine through, I think, the lineage of Apollo. Yes. And so it's just kind of neat. Look, it's got to stand up for your rights. He was the epitome of masculine, but full of expression, self-expression, and authenticity. So very cool how to see this divine masculine in our history. You know, we don't necessarily think of him as a leader, but he was ahead of his time. So pretty cool. All right, so let's start with an opening chakra check for each of us. So we're just going to go through rose, emerald, and gold order. That's so true. Look at that. All right, no personal questions. This is a class. Yeah, I spent all day like listening to Bob Marley, just getting ready for this. And I'm like, one love. One love. It's so true. Master. Okay. I'd like to start with a chakra check. Please only cross the rods if it's a chakra that is considered balanced. Okay, say no if it needs work. Sound good? Yes. Okay, so starting with my root chakra. How's my root chakra looking? Remember, it's yes if it's good, no if it's bad. What's my root chakra? Okay, so root chakra is good and balanced. Yes. Sacral chakra, is it balanced? Yes. Okay. I feel like to blame is the ecstatic dance parties we've been doing. If you haven't had a chance, please join us on our Discord group where we're having every Saturday night basically these Discord ecstatic dance parties in which we're all feeling it, and it is so good for you. I mean, it's been amazing for me, physically and mentally. So please join us on Discord. If someone could just put the link in the chat, I'd appreciate it. Or you can message me after this and I'll give you the link as well. Okay, now moving on to my solar plexus chakra. Is it looking solar plexus balanced? Yes, awesome. Okay, heart chakra. How's my heart chakra looking balanced? Yes. Although I feel like last night, not. Yeah. And so that's how quickly, like just this morning, I've already done healing work. So I feel like there's a lot of work being crammed into smaller amounts of time these days. I don't know if you've noticed that. Okay, would you say that that's true? Yeah, like an acceleration of, it feels like an acceleration of tests, hurdles, obstacles, yeah. to like test us keeping our cool. Yeah, it's not always fun, but it's part of the learning lessons, right? Okay, so moving on to my throat chakra. Is it looking balanced? Yes, because I've been speaking my truth at every chance that I get, even when it's hard. Yeah. Okay, moving on to my third eye chakra. Is my third eye chakra balanced? Yes. Okay. And what about my crown chakra? Yes. Awesome. And then I feel like can your universe chakra be unbalanced? Like, can your universe chakra be unbalanced? Oh, surprise. I thought I was going to say no, but kind of yes. Okay, is my universe chakra doing good then? Yes. All right. And then source chakra? Yes. Okay, awesome. Now, let's move on to the main practice, which is now I want us to talk about this divine masculine because, we're learning that everyone shares. Thank you, Kat, for pinning it as well. That's our Discord link. Please go join. It's super fun and a great place to meet others who are probably part of your soul family too. Not gonna lie. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to focus on the divine masculine within us all, especially because it's this new moon energy we're moving through. And so it's all about like starting something new, making space for something more. And so I'm trying to make more space for balance and connecting within to find this divine counterpart masculine within me. And balance those out there. Like, we need balance. And we are going through the masculine healing phase because the divine feminine is remembering our power. And so we're remembering, the masculine is healing. And so we all have to heal within as well because it is true. And ask this. Have I lived a human earth lives as in a male body? Yes. I have been a man many times. Yes. And I feel like I've been a heterosexual male. Yes. And I've been a homosexual male. Yes. And that's probably the case for you too. Because you're not just this one person. We're multi-dimensional, multi-realities at the same time. And if that's a new concept for you, please go check out the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's so good at kind of showing how that's a reality in a way that we can understand. Okay, so masculine energy. It's the energy within us that protects our peace, takes action, creates structure, great at boundaries, follows their purpose, right? They're driven, ambitious. And so we are going to tap into that wounded, and balance that energy for ourselves. And that's what the meditation will be at the end. So stick around for that. So starting with divine masculine questions. Ask, is my divine masculine energy currently imbalanced? Surprisingly, no. I thought I was going to get something. So, am I being called to take stronger action in my life? No. Okay. And that's because I'm doing... So you're saying that I'm aligned and considered fairly balanced with my masculine energy? Yes. Okay. But that wasn't always the case. You know, when I started my awakening, I would have been considered very much in my wounded masculine. Yeah. I was overproducing, over pushing my body till burnout, past any of my... I was ignoring all of my body's signals, mental signals, feeling like production mattered more than my well-being. And that was imbalance. That was an imbalanced way of being, yes. Out of fear, right? Because the whole program is designed like hustle culture. If you don't grind, you're behind, all this kind of stuff. It's like, that is all patriarchal propaganda. Yes. And you feel the opposite issue to that. Yes. So it's funny because, you know, a lot of the men who are throwing around alpha male terms, right? Like, are you alpha? Are you beta? A lot of those men who would consider themselves operating in the masculine, more in the masculine, are actually more accurately labeled as operating in their feminine. Is that true? Yes. Except it's a distorted feminine as well. And so it just goes to show that, like, men also can have, I mean, and we're learning that a lot of these masculine and feminine imbalances stem from our own parents' issues, the way they taught us how to express ourselves, how to accept love. I mean, all these mother and father wounds impact our masculine and feminine energy connection, which is why healing goes hand in hand with the spiritual stuff. It's like you can't access the higher levels. Like, your team is not going to let you until you're really tending to those lower chakras and the imbalance that comes with the masculine and feminine energies within. So it's so important. This healing road is this magic road, but you have to start with the healing to get to the magic. Okay. So a lot of this imbalance in healing with the masculine is like, you can ask, are you avoiding, is imbalance in the masculine reflected in avoiding difficult conversations? Yes. Think of all the men who are like, you know, or women, let's say there are more women learning about the terms like avoidant attachment. Yeah. Avoidant attachment is basically just a label we slap on to someone who's basically got mommy issues. Yeah, because they never saw safe repair, and so they still operating from this scared kid mentality. Yeah, and so when you start realizing how many adults are really operating from like a toddler level of emotional maturity, it starts to make a lot more sense, like why we couldn't get it together until here. Hey everyone. And so we're healing, and that requires a lot of us on the feminine side to, even though it's super hard, to learn to have radical compassion for those distorted male programming that worked, right? So another symptom of like an imbalanced masculine energy is like if you're abandoning yourself in some area of your life. Yes. Like the masculine energy is to take care of yourself, strive forward for yourself, be your hero. And it's also a symptom is lacking discipline in your life can be a symptom of imbalanced masculine energy. Yes. So we all have that, right? It's if we label it ADHD or executive dysfunction, but really it's something we need to address because it's connected to our ability to access our masculine energy, get shit done. I spent my I missed it. I spent my 20s consumed by mommy issues. Yes, me too. I'm still plagued by mommy issues, even though I'm aware of them, because it's like you just have to. You know, it's so funny because I had this like issue last night, and I was all upset. And I go to meditate with Gaia, and I'm like, Gaia, what are we supposed to do? Like, what do you want to tell me about this? And it was just an argument with my husband about like, you're just like my mother. She makes me pull a card, and it's just the mother. And I'm like, Gaia, I don't want you to be that honest with me. Good Lord. And so I read the card, and it was like, we are all basically reenacting the dynamic we saw with our mother and father. And you need to accept that other people are too, and you cannot control them or fix them. I was like, damn it, Gaia. That's not what I wanted to hear. And so, of course, I was like, no, I'm still mad. I'm still mad. And I was like, what do you want me to do about this anger, this frustration? And I pulled another card. And it was radical compassion. I was like, damn it, Gaia, you're killing me. And I was like, no, I still want to be mad. And it was like, fine, be mad, but you are going to have to get over this. Yes. And I was like, how do I get over this? And I pulled another card, and it was like gratitude. I was like, damn it, Gaia. Pity party with me. But she wasn't going to. And so I was like, fine, damn it. And wrote a gratitude list and did a little meditation and went to bed. And I woke up and had a talk with my partner and being like, radical compassion and acceptance. Fine. Because it's game time, yo. So I did it for the plot, I did it for the collective. And so that's how I need y'all to be operating right now. Do it for the group project. It's worth it. So anyways, after that, I was like, today I want this to be about divine masculine healing. Thank you, Steph. And it's those kinds of choices, you know, because like old me probably would have spent the whole day moping, in a bad mood, avoiding him, wanting him to know how upset I am, you know? Like my mother does to my father, you know? And so it's like you realize like, oh shit, here I am mad at him because he is reenacting the same shit he saw growing up. But I am too. And so it's like I had to be like, okay, I have to challenge the default programming within myself, even though I don't want to at the time. So it's important. Thank you. So yeah, it's those kinds of choices that help everything. All right. So moving to other questions about divine masculine. And so you can ask, do I need more structure in my weekly routine? Yes. And I'm immediately thinking of like where the parts where I struggle, like meal planning, all that kind of stuff. Although I've been trying to struggle less and trying to think of like, okay, yeah, I'm not so great at weekly meal planning. Yes, I'm not good at all at that. But it is something that I'm like, well, then maybe to make my life easier, I should outsource it. Yes. And like look into these like HelloFresh things, you know, just make my life easier so that instead of filling myself with shame and guilt, why can't I do this right? Why can't I keep up with, I'm eating terribly, you know, make my life easier. That's the name of this game. So that's my goal. And so there's things like that, like instead of lingering in choosing suffering, like I'm bad at this and let it all go. And just be like, okay, I accept it's not my strength, but there are options for me. So that's what we're doing. Let's see. And then I know a lot of my healing of my masculine is body movement. You've heard me talk about it, but you know, I went to the gym yesterday. I'm going to go again after this. And I'm trying to make it my daily dedication, paying the tithe to my temple, my body, every day, because, you know, my husband is very masculine in that way, very regimented, disciplined, and I admire it. It's because I need more of that. I was just thinking the other day that my husband is actually extremely he's very physical. Like I would say if you were to divide everyone into mind, body, spirit, strengths, like he's super strong physical in his daily commitment to that health. Mind, pretty good too, considering, you know, he handles the high pressure, low spiritual, right? Whereas I'm like high spiritual, high mind, low body. And so we are the yin and yang. I'm trying to find my balance. So it's interesting to kind of look at us like that. We're so different. But he needs a little bit of what I got, and I need a little bit of what he's got. Okay, so now moving on to collective divine masculine. Yeah, DoorDash, exactly. When I was a new mom in the pandemic, and that's when they started all that grocery store DoorDash stuff, oh my gosh, it saved my life. And I stopped feeling guilty about it, because those things come up in your life. Like if something... I can't even name to you how many times I've been like, man, I could really use help in this one department. And then, boom, the next day I meet someone who's like, I'm doing this one thing that really helped me. And it's about the exact problem I had. And it's like the universe is trying to offer you a little tip. Go read this. Go get this. Like, this will be good for you. And so you follow, pay attention, you'll get to the bottom of it. Yes. So... collective divine masculine questions. All right. Is humanity currently going through a stage where we're healing the distorted masculine energy collectively? Yes. Has society confused masculinity with emotional suppression? Yes. That was a slow one. Are stronger energetic boundaries becoming more important spiritually? Yes. And we're learning them. There's more of us learning. Is humanity currently learning how to balance masculine and feminine energies? Yes. Will more hidden truths continue surfacing this year? That was a big yes. Are many people currently stepping into new and greater timelines? That was another big yes. And then ask for your for funsies. Am I in my highest and greatest timeline? Yes. And it's just begun. This is just the beginning. Yes. You always say that. It's just the beginning, yes. And something that's also keeps popping up is that especially the next 3 months are about to be super interesting. Like, grab your popcorn, interesting. Calm those tits, interesting. Remember. Who is this for? I'm just doing a divination class, Rachel, where everyone is hopefully using their divination tools, and we're going through and learning about a topic. Today, the topic is the divine masculine, balancing and healing. Okay. So now I want to have the divine masculine choose a rabbit hole from the poster. Let's see if they want to. I need to burp. Okay. All right, divine masculine team, are you here? Yes. Is there a rabbit hole on the poster you want to have us explore today? Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm dividing into 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it in quadrant 1? I don't know if that was yes or no. Is it in quadrant 1? No, okay. Is it in quadrant 2? I get a yes. Let me ask all of them. Is it in quadrant 3? No. Okay. Is it in quadrant 4? No. Okay. So then, what did it say? It was in 2, right? Yeah. So then 1, 2, or A, B, C, D of quadrant 2. All right. Is it in quadrant A? Yes. All right. Let's go through. Is it in quadrant B? No. Quadrant C? No. Quadrant D? What's happening here? Hold on. Okay, is it in quadrant A of 2? Is it in quadrant D of 2? Is it in quadrant D of 2? Yes, you got 4. Let's try again, Jennifer. All right, is it in quadrant 1? No. Is it in quadrant? Is it in quadrant? Go forward. 2? Is it in quadrant 2? Oh, you're right. Okay. Is it in quadrant? Is it in quadrant 3? Okay. Is it in quadrant 4? Yes. Which would it might be between 2 and 4, honestly. Hold on. Is that way? Is it between 2 and 4? Okay, let's ask. Because if it's quadrant 4, then it's going to be A. So it's here and here. It splits right here through space broken. Okay. A, B, C, D. Of quadrant 4. Okay, so again, we're choosing quadrant 4. Yes. Okay, do we want A? I'm getting a yes. So maybe that's why, because that's up at the top towards quadrant 2. Okay, so again, you want A from 4. I'm getting a yes. Okay, let's see what we got in that section, y'all. Okay. A. Oh, goodness, there's a lot of in there. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm going to go first to the circle. Do you want me to talk about the Galactic Federation? Yes. Double check. You want to talk about the Galactic Federation. Okay, so do you want me to read the stuff that's in the circle? Okay, let's explore, y'all. All right. So the Galactic Federation bubble, it's right there. And it says, the Galactic Federation, 6th density light beings, in service to the one infinite creator, sphere being alliance, the guardians, which are considered the blue avians, the golden triangle head beings, blue orbs, blue spheres. And then it mentions the book Corey Good, the messenger of Ra. Interesting. Okay. And there's other things on top of them. It says, the Galactic Federation will provide aid to Earth after the Great Solar Flash. Free will, the law of non-interference, Egyptian Ra, ancient builder race. Ra, law of one, the grand experiment, which says genetic manipulation of humans on Earth by extraterrestrial groups. It again mentions the blue avians, channeling multidimensional beings, spiritually evolved. Stewards of the Earth's evolution and spiritual development throughout history. Super Federation is genetic farmer races. 4th and 5th density cosmic cousins. I feel like that might be talking about like the ancient Lyrans, but let me ask. Okay, so there's something called the Super Federation. Yes. And those are like, would you say those are ancient alien groups? Ancient alien group? Yeah. Okay. Like the Lyrans? Interesting. And some even like Draconians? Yes, interesting. But I don't know. Again, this is all for entertainment, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, right? But is there something specific you want me to talk about in that bubble? I'm just trying to figure out what this has to do with the divine. Is there something about the divine masculine energies that you want me to talk about with this? The only thing I can think of is like, okay, it shows masculine energy to have connected and grouped up all these like teams. Yeah, but it had to have been balanced masculine energy to work together, even though they are such different beings that work together. And we're learning that they themselves have had their own history of wars. Yeah, like they didn't just come to peace. It was hard earned. Like so many of our movies, like Star Wars, try to explain it, right? It's very similar to that. Is how I'm told. This old, ancient light versus dark that they've had to learn to balance. Masculine versus feminine. Because we're even learning that even the reptilians, we interviewed one, and he even admitted, he's like, we are overly masculine, even our women. And so it just goes to show that even some aliens are figuring it out, the balance. just the same as we are. And so, what a cool time to be alive. Ask about Anunnaki and divine counterparts. What about it though? Like, are you wanting us to talk about, would you like us to talk about divine counterpart energy today? No. Would you like to talk about Anunnaki? No. Do you want me to keep talking about something in the Galactic Federation bubble? Is there something else in the bubble I need to talk about? Hey, can you close the door, please, baby? I'm busy. Thank you. So yes, something in the bubble? Yes. All right, let's see. I don't know. You want me to talk about the blue avians? Blue avians? No. You want me to talk about channeling? Okay. I didn't bring my cards, so I can't figure out. And this is where my own channeling comes limited, because I'm like, and darkness and power, yeah. You think they want us to talk about Lyrans? In service to the one infinite creator. Maybe they want us to talk about... Hold on, let me ask. Do you want us to talk about the law of one? So law of one. Okay, because it's got an arrow to the Galactic Federation and channelings, basically. If you've never read the book Raw, Law of One, I recommend it. It was really interesting for me to read that book because ultimately it's a book written by scientists who discovered what I'm doing. Basically what I do with Stephanie, put her into trance and have other beings speak through her. They discovered it too, and they recreated it for like 20 years, I believe, and channeled the same being, Ra, and wrote so many books about it. So check it out, okay? Because I know I've heard before that there is a lot of truth in those books. Yes. This cat is saying, I'm getting that Star Trek and Star Wars are helpful examples of balanced divine masculine expression. That makes sense. It makes me think of King Arthur, ultimately. This Knights of the Round Table, right? Where it's like we're all separate and different, but equal. And we all are working together for a common goal, just like matriarchy, right? And so, yeah, the Galactic Federation is a model of balanced masculine leadership that honors feminine creative chaos. Yes. And that's what I love, especially if you think of the Arcturians. I've learned in many Soul Speak sessions that Arcturians are very often guides for humanity. Yes. And it's probably safe to say that most humans have a pair, yes, on their team. And I've learned that they always come in a pair of masculine and feminine. Yes. And it's like, it just goes to show that, whereas we have an entire system where our medicine, our this, our everything was created purposefully withholding feminine balance and thoughts, energy, they purposefully balance everything in the way they create because they know that is the way. So we are learning to advance in the same way and balance. Okay. Let's go. Oh, so the Law of One, channelings. It talks about David Wilcock, who recently passed away. Please go check out his work. I have his books, and they are wonderful. It's all about waking up within the simulation. Really deep stuff. Structure, says Kat. We are building into Galactic Federation by raising both. Yes, and we are on the timeline in which we are moving towards a Star Trek reality. I mean, I don't even think it's that crazy to think that there are people alive now who may be piloting ships with aliens at some point. Like, that's not that far away. We think it's so far away, but it's actually closer than you think. Yes. So, I don't know. I'm here for the good times, and so keep the good, as we say here in Louisiana, les faire tomber. I messed that up. Let the good times roll in French. Okay, and so it says, Law of Ones, David Wilcock, optimal timeline reality, the age of Aquarius, the cosmic web, spider. Let's see, suppressed technologies coming out, merging timelines. Bashar is mentioned. Esasani channelings, yep. Kundalini awakening. Ooh, it's a lot of stuff. The Gaia channel is mentioned. It's just so cool. We're part of this, y'all. The hero's journey is mentioned. Universal archetype. We are literally part of this group of channeling because we're bringing in truth from other dimensions right now. And more of us are doing it. Like, just sitting in that truth is wild. The poster that I'm looking at is called the Great Awakening poster. You can get it on Amazon. And if you want to, you can screenshot it and zoom in later. There's so many bubbles. And as you can see, we're moving in on, like right here, Law of One, somewhere around there. There's just so many. And like some of the font gets so tiny. Look at that. So tiny. But I highly recommend it. It blew my mind that something so like silly exists. You can just buy it. Probably would have been sold at Spencer's Gifts back in our day. It's wild to me that you can buy it. And I only bought it because right in the beginning it says the Great Solar Flash, and that was such a huge prophecy given to me at the very beginning of my awakening. It was one of the crazier things, and they dropped it in first. And it always felt true to me, no matter how many times I would meet other spiritual people who would say, that's not going to happen, you're getting that wrong. I knew it in my bones. And so when I saw that poster, I was like, okay, this is like the Truman Show. This is wild. Yeah, the Great Awakening poster on Amazon. Thank you, Bruce. Okay. I'm trying to think what else they want us to talk about. So yeah. You had a Kundalini awakening 5 years ago and have done my shadow work and the rods don't work for me. Sean, don't worry about that because I also, it took me almost a year for my rods to work. Would you say that's true? Yeah. And I still, like last night when I was upset, I was doing it by myself. And I still have moments where they're like, and I'm like, was that something? Am I connected? And I'm like, do I even know how to do this? And so it's like a lot of self-doubt is usually the reason why they don't work. Connected? And I'm like, do I even know how to do this? And so it's like a lot of self-doubt is usually the reason why they don't work. Because there's a thing in your mind. Oops, what's happening? Am I still here? Can y'all still hear me? Oh, I'm frozen. Okay. Whew, okay. I froze for a little bit. What was I saying? Yeah, a lot of the reason why it might not be working is because there's a little voice in your head that's saying it probably won't work for me. That was the case for me. And that's why doing it in groups like this is really helpful because our energies do combine. So like if you feel like you're not super connected, like they do combine to amplify. So come back again for more practices. I do this, I want to say 4 days a week. Yeah. So I'm really trying to get us all up there and pros with this. Because mine only started working in October. Okay, it hasn't been a long time. I know I'm teaching, which is just wild to me. Okay, so, all right, guys. What else should we ask about this? I didn't bring any cards, so I don't know what to explore. Someone wanted to ask about Lyrans. Yeah, why don't we talk about, you want to talk about like the masculine balancing of Lyrans and reptilians? Yeah. In my mind, I hear a song like, Tale as old as time. Because if you think about it, you know, right now on the Earth stage, right, on the microcosm that we're experiencing Earth, you can see that it looks like, in many ways, the war between light and dark is manifested into, like, it's really the war between, I always say, like, the three evils, or, like, patriarchy, white supremacism, and I forget the third one. I think it's, like, self-loathing, or I don't know. Just lack of self-love, right? Those are the three things that this matrix is designed to program into us and mess with us, right? Mess with the whole design. And it's like when we realize that that's just a macrocosm of this greater cosmic stage in which we're literally talking with ancient alien races, like the Thundercats. Like they were literally Thundercat realitying against other races for a long time. And so they've come a super long way. Now they're working with these beings. You know, we think, a lot of us, especially myself in the past, used to think of the Great Awakening as this like, God, what, it's going to take forever. Like, we're not getting it. What? There's no hope. But I'm telling you, the more you focus within and balance yourself, it ripples out. Because if Earth is a microcosm of the galaxy stage that's playing out the balance game, then your own life is the microcosm that is reflecting out onto the global stage. Our energies are linked like that. Coincidences aren't real. It's like the more you heal, the more the collective heals too. That's how this game works. It's rigged. And so now that we know, we can activate and push the system in our favor. Yes, which is what we're doing. Because an awakened person who is truly being like, I am living my life intentionally balanced, intentionally trying to make this world a better place and align myself to my highest self, to whatever. You don't even have to be spiritually awake. If you're just living your life that way, your auric field is like a badass. Like, think of it as a super magnet. You're affecting everyone around you for the good, or like to level up, basically, or move out of the way. That's how this reality works. And so, okay. I wanted to, and then, you know, we're learning that, like I said, the reptilians obviously are realizing they've been running things more patriarchally, yes, imbalanced. Oh, thank you for answering, Bruce. Yeah. Only the copper rods. I did order myself the rods that Emily said not to get, but I did it anyway, so I'm going to test them out. It's the one with the curly thing in the middle and then a crystal at the end. So I'm going to try it out and see. She says they don't work as well as the plain ones, but I'm going to test it out. I felt like being very abundant and having a bathtub set of rods and a shed set of rods. So I'm rich. I now have 2 divination sets. So abundant, so abundant. Okay. Now for the end, I want us to move into our meditation. And this is a really cool meditation I've designed, and it's going to be all about healing the masculine. Oops, didn't mean to hit my microphone. Abundance. And might as well add, we channeled, Stephanie and I channeled a lion man named Eckhoff, and he said that saying the word abundance, like super loud, and even louder than I just did then, like more from your belly, he said, abundance. Like he said, the tones that word makes actually does bring in abundance. So, scream it from the rooftops, y'all. Yes, rods everywhere. Why be limited? So, yeah, so let's get ready for our meditation. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Volume up 2. That should be good volume, I think. Yeah, sorry, abundance. You mean they should say you're welcome. Thank you. You're bringing in abundance for everyone. Okay. Okay, and I want the divine, well, the whole council of 9 for this one, but it's going to start with the masculine, yes. And the feminine team also coming in. Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to have y'all sit for, would you think 3 minutes would be enough? Yes. Okay, let's do it. All right, guys. Get nice and comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. You've explored, you've questioned and reflected. Now we simply receive. Imagine yourself walking across a rainbow bridge. Ahead of you is a garden with a white tent glowing softly in the distance. The air is calm, warm, safe, As you enter the space, you notice a circle of energies surrounding you. Steady, protective, wise. It's the balanced divine masculine, not controlling, not dominating, but grounded, present, protective, strong. Feel this energy now like a golden solar light entering into your solar plexus and moving throughout your spine. Warm, golden light, stabilizing your nervous system, strengthening your boundaries, helping you feel safe inside your body. Feel it gently repairing the places where fear, avoidance, self-doubt, or exhaustion have weakened your spirit. Allow yourself to receive. Now, a second energy begins entering the space. Soft, silver moonlight, the divine feminine, flowing into your heart space. Gentle, intuitive, creative, nurturing. Feel the silver light wrapping around the golden light within you, like lightning around a rod. The masculine and feminine energies begin to harmonize inside your body, not fighting, not overpowering one another, but balancing. The masculine no longer fears softness. The feminine no longer fears structure, action and intuition, strength and compassion, grounding and flow. Now see these energies spiraling together within your heart. Golden light, silver light, balanced, whole, yin and yang, aligned. Feel your nervous system settling into this balance. Your energy field strengthens. Your heart opens. Your intuition grounds into action. Your body remembers the harmony. And now for the next 3 minutes, simply hold this energy. No forcing, no fixing. Just allow yourself to remember what balance feels like. This balanced energy begins to ripple outward beyond you, into your home, your relationships, your family, your future, and outward into humanity itself. May distorted fear transform into wisdom. May imbalance transform into harmony. And may we lead with both strength and heart. Take one deep breath in and out. Slowly returning fully to your body, feeling grounded, clear, balanced, and carrying this energy with you into the new week and this new moon cycle. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed today. I'm going to have to think more about what they really wanted us to cover with the Galactic Federation stuff. The only thing I can think of is, you know, if it's new for some people. Like, hey, if you've never heard of the Galactic Federation, they're real. Yeah, did you like that? I loved it. It made me think of how Stephanie said it felt when Source and Sophia were in her body, and it just felt so good. And so I wanted to try and capture that for you all to experience. And if you're interested in the part 2 of our Cosmic Union series, in which my partner Stephanie channels forward the Council of Nine gods, and they talk to us all about sacred sexuality and just on embodiment. It's all about embodiment, right? Take it from someone who's been talking to a lot of aliens, angels, and gods for the past few years. They continuously tell me the secret to having a great time here on Earth and changing everything for everyone is embodiment. Enjoy your human experience, reject fear, live in full faith that everything is working for you, for your highest good. And with joy and authenticity, you will never lose. So live your life to the fullest. Do it for the plot, do it for the group project, because we're making everything different right now. Your choices today are rippling out. The timelines are primed. So play the game, joy and authenticity. I love you guys. I'll see you on Sunday. So our next interview is on Tuesday. Stephanie and I will be doing Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central. It'll be the Hindu god pantheon we'll be exploring. Yes, play. That is the theme. Play, whimsy, play, embodiment. Move your body. Because doing so isn't just good for your body. I'm telling you, the energies ripple in ways you don't understand. Sing, dance. Come sing and dance with us on the Discord. Thank you again, Kat. Come join the Discord. It's so much fun, and there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that I share. Instead of flooding my TikTok wall, I'll put some pictures from interviews in there. It's super fun. So yeah, we're going to be doing an intro to the Hindu pantheon on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central. And then Steph and I will be coming back online again at 1 p.m. Central to do a tandem rods practice, probably continuing our lessons on the Hindu pantheon. And so I'm super excited because I've been getting to know. It's so funny because after, after Gaia was giving me all those cards last night, that I'm like, yeah, that's true, but I don't want to hear it. I was like, what about my own divine masculine energy? Like, what can you do to help me with that? And I pulled this card, and it looked just like Chandra from the Hindu pantheon. And so I was like, oh, I need to look into this. So I'm most excited for him. So we'll see. So I'll see you on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central. I know, right? It looked just like him. And then let me pull up a picture. It was like very moon. And at first, from far away, I thought it was a female on the card because it has long hair. And then when I look closer, I'm like, oh my God, that's a man. And it looks familiar. So let me try and pull it up. Do I even have it? No, I don't even have it. Where is it? My library is terrible. No, I can't find it. That's okay. I'll figure it out. Well, hold on. Here he is. Chandra. Look how moon. It was like a blue man with long black hair, and it was very moony. And so I'm like, I need to connect with him. He represents moon energy, emotions, intuition, and inner reflection. And then the one that they keep saying is linked to me is this one, Durga. Warrior mother, courage, protection, justice, and overcoming darkness. So very cool. We're going to learn all about them. And then we'll probably start devoting our Tuesdays to different pantheons to try and learn as much as we can. So that should be super exciting. So follow along with us on this journey. And happy new moon, folks. I'm pretty sure, doesn't Emily always say, like, new moon is really great energy for like cleaning. It feels like for cleaning up spaces. Yes. It feels like cleaning up, organizing energy. It's yeah. Chandra's connected to you too? Well, no wonder. We all get to know each other. And so we're going to find out that a lot of us share these lineages, links to many of these pantheon teams. And we're also probably going to find out that a lot of us have even lived lifetimes in which we walked the earth with them. Yeah, because we're learning that, yes, now we're learning about them as if they were myths, right? But there were times back long, long ago in which aliens and gods walked the earth. Yes. With humans. Yes, and we're moving towards that reality again. So it's a really cool time to be joining into this conversation because it's just beginning. And I'm so glad to have you here. And so please go have a magical Saturday. I love you. I love me. And let's make this world what we want it to be.